Good morning, my dear students. Last we had seen in chapter 1 that the French East India Company came into existence and French people started trading with India. Britishers emerged as the winners, and then after the French, Britishers started trading with India, and they gave the name of the company that was East India Company. Now further I continue with the topic, that is British trade in Bengal. How the Britishers started trade in Bengal? The British first started their trade on the bank of the river Hooghly and established ports in the year 1651 CE. They got the permission from the Mughal emperor, that was Aurangzeb, to trade without paying taxes. They were free to trade, not to pay the taxes to the government. By this time, the East India Company was in the race to earn more and more money, and that also they were not paying the tax. So the income generated from the tax collection in the Bengal reduced, which in turn was opposed by the Nawab of Bengal. Nawab of Bengal name was Murshid Quli Khan. He started disputing with the Britishers that without tax the income of government was reduced, so he was not in favor to allow them to do the trade without paying the tax. Dispute kept on recurring even during the time of Ali Vardi Khan. Next Nawab who came was Ali Vardi Khan. Same, he also said that without tax it is very difficult for the government to run. So now Britishers were forced to pay the taxes. After Ali Vardi Khan, his son took the throne. His name was Siraj-ud-Dowlah, who took the charge. He got involved into the major battle with Britishers. Then Britishers were not ready to pay the tax, so he started fighting with them, and that battle was known as Battle of Plassey. Siraj-ud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal in the year 1756. Which year? 1756. And again there was frequent conflicts with the British merchants regarding the paying tax. He was continuously fighting with the British people, Siraj-ud-Dowlah, that you have to pay tax now. Without paying tax you cannot do the trade in the Bengal. And that conflicts lead to the war, and that war was Battle of Plassey. The British counter attacked under the leadership of the Robert Clive. Now war started, and who was the leader from British side? The Robert Clive. Clive bribed the Mir Zafar, the commander-in-chief of Siraj-ud-Dowlah, with a promise to confer the throne of Bengal to him, and convinced him to join their side. With his help, Robert Clive defeated and murdered Siraj-ud-Dowlah in the Battle of Plassey. Who was defeated? Siraj-ud-Dowlah was defeated in the Battle of Plassey. This was the first war fought by the company in India, which marked the beginning of the British rule in India. Thus, this war is considered to be the turning point in the history of India. After this, the next battle was Battle of Buxar. First battle was Battle of Plassey. In that Siraj-ud-Dowlah was defeated and Britishers had won the battle. Then again Battle of Buxar was fought. As promised, the East India Company appointed Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. After Siraj-ud-Dowlah, who came on the throne? Mir Jafar. And Robert Clive had went to England back, and he was called back, and the company decided to replace him with his son-in-law Mir Qasim. Qasim was an efficient, disciplined and clever ruler. The problem arose between Nawab and the company on account of non-payment of taxes. Again the same problem, for which the Battle of Plassey was fought. that they were not paid tax, they were not allowed to pay the tax. Now they were forced to pay the tax, and Britishers were not ready to pay the tax. So again Mir Jafar started fighting with them. So he was again replaced with with his son-in-law Mir Qasim, and again he also started fighting with them, Britishers, to pay the tax, which ultimately brought both the forces face to face with each other. In 1763, Mir Qasim was defeated by the company, but he escaped. Again, East India Company, Britishers, they defeated Mir Qasim, and he again reorganized his army along with the force of Nawab Shuja-ud-Dawla and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Their combined forces met the company forces at Buxar in 1764. In which year? Battle of Buxar? 1764. The British East India Company won the war again, and all of a sudden Bengal, Awadh, Mughal Emperor was under their control. Robert Clive was sent to India to take the control of the situation. That's how the East India Company, a trading company, emerged as a political power in the subcontinent of India. After fighting two battles, Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar, again East India Company won, and they were success in this battle, and again the East India Company was there in India. We come to an end of this chapter explanation. Now I will give you the written work. I will send you the material. You have to write it in your notebook as per my instructions.